April 26th. That is the official release date for Honkai Star Rail. Well, kind of. The actual date they gave us was April 26th at 10 a.m. China Central Time. Now, the last I remember, I don't live in China. So if you're going to play on the North America servers like I am, it's actually April 25th at 10 p.m. EST. Now, I know everyone doesn't live in Eastern Standard Time, but if you need the other ones, there they are. And with the release date right around the corner, and with like a lot of people not getting into like the closed betas, or like there's new players coming in, I thought I'd make a video on like the special program and things that are coming up so that you're aware of what to expect in version 1.0. Now, of course, just like Genshin, the characters in this game are associated with an element, but they're also associated with a path. Now, there's 7 elements in the game, which is pretty normal, but the paths are something new. The paths kind of give you an idea of what the character's role in a team is. There's like a healer role, there's a defense role, single and multi-target roles. There are currently 7 in the game, which I'm not sure is going to be final. That's just how many paths there are on release. But there are other paths that exist in the game with no associated characters, but who knows? Maybe in later updates, these paths will become relevant. Now, if you haven't seen artwork of this game, the areas to explore are beautiful. There are currently 3 main locations to explore. You have the Herda Space Station, which is pretty much the tutorial area of the game. You have Urilla 6, which is pretty much a frozen wasteland with a city named Belobog as the last bastion. There are 2 parts to it. There's the area above it, and then you have the underground. And the last and most recent area that they released is called the Zhenzo Laofu, and it's pretty much sci-fi leeway on a ship. While all these areas aren't like new because they showed up in the final closed beta, they did announce on the special program that there's going to be a new area in the Zhenzo named the Exalting Sanctum. And as they were showing like trailers and stuff, there was going to be like a new cool boss that we can fight, which I'm excited for. Now, I've already been making a lot of like comparisons to Genshin because they're very similar in many aspects. The exploration is definitely going to be a bit different because Genshin is like fully open world. You can just run and climb like 99% of things. But in Honkai Star Rail, it works a bit different. There's like a set area and it's like more closed off. But even then, I tend to prefer that style of exploration because I feel like it's much harder to miss things. And they did tease us with like possible Easter eggs as you explore these areas. And I love me some Easter eggs. They did discuss some endgame content. And once again, the Spiral Abyss returns in the form of the Forgotten Hall. Just like the Spiral Abyss, you know, you gotta beat it in a certain amount of turns or time. And on the later floors, there's gonna be a rotating cycle of different buffs. So, yep, that's endgame for us. And if you've been playing Genshin as long as I have, sometimes the thing you're worried the most is how the daily grind is gonna be like in this game. But after seeing how the dailies work in this game, I feel like they took what happens in Genshin and just made it better. Because they put less focus on commissions and they just give you a list of simple tasks that you just have to do, and you still get the same amount of rewards, like same amount of like gacha currency. Now, I haven't seen much stuff on like weekly bosses and stuff, but in terms of weeklies, they do have a new mode called Simulated Universe, which is pretty much a roguelike, if you know what that is, where you just play through it and you get random buffs and you choose buffs based on like how your team's going or how your team works. Now, you do need to play it through like multiple times in order to get all the rewards for the week. But as you play through the game, you will get free constellations, or I don't know what they call it in this game. I'm just going to call it constellations, or just free copies of Herda. So, hey, free character. I'll take that. And Hershey's pretty good. And lastly, they did announce like one new event that's going to be happening on the 2nd phase. And it's the typical story-driven events where you get like the rare talent materials. And yeah, these are definitely not the kind of events you want to miss because the rare talent material is going to be pretty hard to get. But it's not like the crown system in Genshin where you only have 3 talents you need to max. No, these characters have full-on talent trees, which I find really interesting. But this is the part I'm most excited to talk about. The free wishes. Now, free is very misleading, so I'll run through how you can get all 80 pulls. Now, there's going to be a 7-day login event where you get 10 of the special pulls. And then because there was this pre-registration limit thing, event they were having, since it reached a certain amount of pre-registrations, everyone's getting like 20 free regular pulls and Serval as like a free character. There's also going to be another event that's locked behind your player level, which once you reach 35, you'll get 40 regular pulls plus another 10 pull worth of gems. So they aren't lying about these 80 free pulls. You just kind of have to kind of work for some of them. And you be sure to pre-register before the launch day. I'm not sure if you can receive the pre-registration rewards after the fact, but be sure to pre-register before then so you can receive all 80 pulls. And just like most gacha games, they're going to be having a beginner banner. But I'm really happy the way they made this system, because back in Genshin, you only had like 20 pulls and you were guaranteed a 4-star character. But in this game, you can warp on it 50 times with a 20% discount. Within those 50 pulls, you're guaranteed a 5-star character, a 5-star standard character. Now in the final closed beta, there was this system on the standard banner where if you did an additional like 300 pulls on it, you can like forget the gacha system and you get to choose one of the standard 5-star characters, which if you don't know are these 7 characters right here. Now by now I would have revealed what characters are in the game, but I'm quite unsure about like which characters are playable or not, because of course there's going to be the standard characters, the 4 stars, and then you have the special 5-star characters, which in this version are going to have 2 phases like they normally do. First phase is going to be Zila, and the second phase is going to be Jingyuan. And I'm sure there's other 5-star characters that are going to be revealed, but so far these are the only 2 that are going to have special banners, so I'm unsure of all the current playable characters. Like there are characters in the game that are going to be playable eventually, but I'm not sure if they're playable on launch. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now with all these free wishes and like a guaranteed 5-star character on the beginning warp, if you want an even bigger lead, don't forget to do this web event too, where you can do missions and get pulls, where you can pull from 4-star light cones and 4-star relics before the game even launches. So you can give yourself like a head start in the game. And if you make the DIY ticket that's within the event, you're automatically entered into an event where you have a chance to win a real life prize of an iPhone 14, a PlayStation 5, or just like merch. But speaking of that PlayStation 5, you know, before they ended off the live stream, they revealed that they're making a PlayStation version for this game. Now, Genshin had to wait like half a year before they made a PlayStation version for them, but it seems like they announced it right off the bat. Now, the specific words they used was very soon. So there's no set date, but at least they're thinking about it. But just like Genshin as well, Xbox users and Switch users are crying because they didn't announce anything for that yet. Anyways, I think that's everything I needed to go over. Thank you for watching this video. And once this game releases, I'm definitely going to be making more content about this game. Like, I'm probably going to dedicate all my time to it. So if you want more Honkai Star Rail content, be sure to subscribe. And leave a comment for which character you're hoping for the most. And with that, I'll see you on the Express.